9:30, and it's at this point on Wednesdays that our longtime tradition has been spending a little time with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, a segment we call Ask the Lawyer, with questions submitted largely by you. I'll tell you how to submit a question coming up here in just a second, but first, would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How are you doing this wonderfully beautiful morning?
I am loving the weather lately. I got to be honest with you. This is my kind of, my part of the year that I love the most, and I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
I agree. It's hard to beat this unbelievably nice weather.
Yeah, and we certainly are deserving of it after everything we've been through, too. I've got a question here that I know is right up your alley because you have a long-time reputation of being the biker's lawyer. So I know you've handled more than your fair share of motorcycle cases over the years. Are you ready for the question?
Yes, sir. We love to help motorcyclists.
All right, let's see what we can do for this gentleman. It says, my uncle was riding his motorcycle home from work when he was struck by a drunk driver who ran a stop sign. He has just been released from intensive care and will need multiple surgeries. The driver was arrested and charged with drunk driving. The driver only has minimum insurance, which won't begin to cover his medical expenses. A TV news story indicated that the driver had been flagged for drunkenness several times by the bartender at a local bar. However, the same bartender still served him multiple margaritas because it was his birthday, according to one patron. That patron said he tried to get the driver's keys less than an hour before he struck my brother-in-law. Can you ask the lawyer if anything can be done to help my brother-in-law? There are a lot of moving pieces in this puzzle here. I need your help on this one, perhaps more than ever. Bruce, what do you think?
Well, I think this is a typical case where you really need to call an experienced personal injury lawyer ASAP after the accident. And from what I'm hearing is that the bartender knew that this person was an alcoholic because he had stopped serving him on several occasions.
Right.
Also, he was drunk at the time when he was still serving him margaritas, supposedly because it was his birthday. Well, in Florida, we have what's called the Dram Shop Act.
Okay.
Which under certain very specific, very narrow circumstances, you could sue the bar and the bartender for serving a known alcoholic. So under the facts, I think he would have a good cause of action and be able to recover against the bar because the bartender knew he was a known alcoholic and he was drunk at the time he was serving them.
I see.
So there's hope. There's hope for this poor motorcycle driver in suing the bar and making a substantial recovery against the bar.
And just to be totally sure here, there's no such thing as a birthday loophole in that law, right?
No, it should be stricter on the birthday.
Yeah, that's exactly the point I was trying to make. This is not the way...
the patient doesn't have an unwelcome birthday surprise.
Exactly. This is not the way to celebrate one's birthday or to help one celebrate their birthday by getting them even drunker. All right. Well, that sounds positive because the bar probably has insurance, and so you've got some deeper pockets to reach into here then.
Yes, sir. We've made some very substantial recovery against bars for those type of circumstances.
See, I knew we were going to the right person when it comes to a motorcycle question like this. Thank you so much for shedding some light on this.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Todd. I hope the weather keeps like this, and I'll look forward to speaking to you next Wednesday.
As do we. Thanks, Bruce, and take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up again for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. If you'd like to submit a question for future consideration, please feel free. Go to our website and put Bruce in the keyword search box. That'll take you where you need to go. Now, if there's an injury like we just described here that needs sort of immediate attention, I would recommend you call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner and do it today. Here's the number, 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.